Hello friends, last video we have seen about visual inspection and rebound hammer test. This video we are going to see about ultrasonic pulse velocity test. What is ultrasonic pulse velocity test? Ultrasonic testing of concrete or ultrasonic pulse velocity test on concrete is a non-destructive test to assess the homogeneity and integrity of concrete. So, ultrasonic pulse velocity test will not give the direct correlation between compressive strength or strength of a particular concrete. So, it is indirectly measures the homogeneity or integrity of concrete. What is the objective of ultrasonic pulse velocity test? With this ultrasonic test on concrete, following can be assessed. First one is qualitative assessment of strength of concrete. Its gradation in different locations of structural members and plotting the same. So if you observe that, it will give the qualitative assessment. It will give the qualitative assessment of particular concrete. It will not give the quantitative measurement. For example, if you take the cube test, if you are doing the cube test, final result you will get what is the particular strength of particular concrete. But here the strength aspect you will not get it in the quantitative measurement. Final output may be, you can say that the particular concrete is excellent or very good or satisfactory or poor. Like the quality statement only you can give about the final statement about the ultrasonic pulse velocity test. Even though it is a qualitative assessment, the rebound hammer test and ultrasonic pulse velocity test both combined together, we can understand so which portion is a weaker portion in the particular structure, which portion is strongest portion, which portion need to be which is the weakest portion, that we can understood by these two entity testers. Any discontinuity in cross section like cracks, cover concrete delamination also determined using the ultrasonic pulse velocity test. And depth of surface cracks also determined using ultrasonic pulse velocity test. Though the pulse velocity is related with the crushing strength of concrete, yet no statistical correlation can be applied. But even the rebound hammer test, somehow the correlation is there with the rebound number. But here with the ultrasonic pulse velocity test, there is no correlation between the compressive strength or crushing strength of concrete. What is the principle? This experiment is working. Ultrasonic pulse velocity test is working. So it is a simple principle. Velocity is equal to distance per time. So with that principle only, the ultrasonic pulse velocity test is working. The ultrasonic pulse velocity apparatus consists of two transducers. One is a producer and another one is a receiver. One transducer is producing the ultrasonic pulses through some medium. The other transducer is receiving the signals from the producers. And also we can able to note that travel time in the ultrasonic pulse velocity apparatus. If we know the distance of the travel medium, then also we know the travel time, then we can able to calculate the velocity. By comparing this velocity with the standard one or the prescribed one, then we can able to assess the given concrete is a quality concrete or satisfactory or poor concrete we can able to assess. So let me read that. The equipment consists of two transducers. One transducer produces ultrasonic pulses of frequency 50 to 54 kilohertz. So it is producing the ultrasonic pulses of 50 to 54 kilohertz, and other transducer receives the pulses with the travel time. So travel time also we can able to calculate through the ultrasonic pulse velocity apparatus. With the path length, we know the path length then by the simple formula V is equal to L by T, we can able to calculate the pulse velocity. Pulse velocity is higher for higher the elastic modulus, density, Poisson ratio and integrity of the concrete. If the concrete is higher elastic modulus, density and Poisson ratio, obviously pulse velocity also higher. If the velocity is less, then we can susceptible that there is some weaker portion is there. Through knowing the velocity, the quality and uniformity of concrete can be assessed. So generally, if for a bigger structure, as like if you take any bridge structure or any dam structure, we can generally assess the quality and uniformity of the concrete. The entire structure is assessed using ultrasonic pulse velocity. There, final output we can able to get which portion is weaker, which portion is stronger. So quality and uniformity of concrete can be assessed. So what are all the method of propagation and receiving of pulses? So three common methods are available for transmitting and receiving the pulses. One is a direct transmission, second one is a semi-direct transmission and indirect transmission. One is a direct transmission. So transmitter and receivers are placed exact opposite to each other. That is called a direct transmission. The path length, this is a path length for direct and this is most reliable. So if direct transmission is not possible, then we can go for semi-direct or indirect transmission. Semi-direct transmission, so transmitter and receivers are placed exactly 90 degree. Then we can able to calculate the travel distance L by applying the law of Pythagoras. L is equal to root of A squared plus B squared. This is the distance of A, this is the distance B. If we have to note it, then we can able to calculate the path length. Indirect transmission, transmitter and receivers are placed in the same direction. So bigger structures we cannot able to place the direct transmission. Obviously we can go for the indirect transmission. The travel distance will be, this is the travel distance, the distance between transmitter and receiver. Measurement of pulse velocities at a point on a regular grid on the surface of concrete structure provides a reliable method of assessing the homogeneity of the concrete. So for a structure, the entire structure need to be analyzed using the pulse velocity test. Then only by the using the regular grid, then only we can able to calculate the homogeneity of the particular structure. So this picture shows a some of the carrying out UPV test on in situ concrete. So obviously they are using the indirect method. So what are all the factors affecting pulse velocity? Some of the common factors are mentioned here. So let me see that surface condition and moisture present in the concrete, temperature of concrete, cracks present in the concrete, path length, lateral dimensions are specimen tested, water cement ratio, age of concrete, presence of reinforcement. Normally travel distance of reinforcement little higher than the concrete. Pulse velocity will not be influenced by the shape of the specimen. So final comparison chart, it is presented in this slide. Concrete quality based on UPV. So based on the velocity kilometers per second, if it is above 4.5, then we can infer that the given concrete is very good to excellent. 3.5 to 4.5, the concrete is good to very good, slight porosity may exist. 3 to 3.5 satisfactory, but loss of integrity is suspected. Below 3.5 poor and loss of integrity exists. So based on the pulse velocity, we can able to infer the quality of concrete. Sample calculations are presented here. The column is the direct method can be adopted. Beam is the direct method can be adopted. So pulse velocity and measured distance is 300 mm. Measured transit time is 68.7 microsecond. So velocity calculated in kilometer second, 300 is converted into kilometer, 0.3 divide by second is converted, microsecond is converted into 7, and finally the output is 4.36. So according to IS 13311, quality of concrete is good. So above 4.5, okay, then it is a good concrete. So we can infer like that, it is a good concrete. So applications of UPV, where we can use UPV testers to determine homogeneity of concrete, to understand Young's modulus and density of concrete, approximate depth of crack, compressive strength of concrete, obviously indirectly, presence and extent of cracks and voids, honeycombing and other imperfections. Any voids are present is that we can able to find out through UPV. Changes in concrete structure with time, quality of concrete, quality of structural elements can be assessed by UPV method. So this is a typical picture. It will give a general idea about the importance of UPV and rebound hammer test. Graphical representation of UPV test results of beam and column. The first one shows the beam of poor quality. The entire beam is analyzed using the UPV test, the proper grid. Then we can understand which portion is stronger portion and which portion is weaker portion and which one is a block portion, and that needs a special care. So the black region is a obstruction, and the horizontal line indicates the very good portion, and vertical line indicates and very good to moderate portion. So similarly, so this is a we can understand this beam is a poor quality by using the UPV test. Similarly, we can able to conduct the good quality. So this beam is represent the good quality through UPV test. Similarly, the column, the entire column is divided into number of grids. So based on UPV results, we can conclude that which column is a poor column and which one is a good quality column. So by the UPV test results, similarly we can able to plot for rebound hammer test also. By that we can understand the stronger and weaker portion. The further analysis, by this understanding we can do the further analysis. Suppose which portion weaker portion, if we can able to understand, then we can do the further analysis on this portion, as like core sample extraction and testing or carbonation testing or any other test can be done on the weaker portion. So these testers are help us to understand the properties of concrete. Crack depth estimation also can be done using UPV test. So by calculating two important travel length, uncracked concrete and cracked concrete, path length of uncracked concrete. By comparing uncracked and cracked concrete, we can able to calculate crack depth. Crack depth can be estimated. The final formula is like this: crack depth H is equal to X. X is the distance, so it is indicated in the graph. X is TC by TS the whole square root of -1. What is TC? Travel time for cracked concrete. TS travel time for uncracked concrete. By comparing uncracked and cracked concrete, we can able to estimate the crack depth. So these are all the applications of ultrasonic pulse velocity testers. So till now we have discussed purely non-destructive testing techniques like visual inspection, rebound hammer test and UPV test. These three testers are classified as purely non-destructive testing techniques. So hereafter we are going to discuss about partial destructive testing. This also comes under the category of non-destructive testing. Even though it is a non-destructive testing, small portion we will damage, or small core we will take, and by the core we will analyze the particular, or we are finding the properties of the concrete. So this we shall discuss in the next video. Thank you.